So this video might be a little controversial, but I believe that it's very important to talk about. And I know there have been a lot of people that are talking about this, so I wanted to kind of get my opinion about it. And that's having your children stay the night at their friend's house or somebody else's house. Um, as a father to three girls, I do not want them to stay the night at anybody's house, probably ever. There might be some instances where I really trust the people, but like I said, I really gotta trust them. Like, really have to know and trust them. Like, I gotta know them for years, years. And like I said, there's not that many people that I would do that with. And even if I knew them for years, I probably still wouldn't do it. And it's not to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. It's just kind of like how it is. That's just really the thing. Like, I would have my daughter stay the night at their grandparents' house. We trust them. And like I said, it's like I want to trust the people that I'm close with, but it's just kind of it's so hard. It's so hard because you don't know anybody behind closed doors. I'm talking about anybody. And you really have to trust the person that you're having kids stay the night at. Like I said, you could know somebody for over 20, 30, 40 years, and you still don't know. You still don't know. And like I said, it's not to be mean or anything like that. It's just you need to protect your kids at all costs. You need to protect them, and it's not to hurt anybody's feelings, but the risk isn't worth it. It's not worth it. And like I said, I would love to have my kids stay the night at people's houses. When I was a kid, I stayed the night at people's houses, my friends. We weren't told of anything going like that could be dangerous or anything like that. This was the late 90s, early 2000s. It was a different time. But now it's just, you do not want to take that chance because there's a lot of weird people out there. There's a lot of weird people in the world. And as much as you want to trust people that you're close with, friends, your family, you really don't know. You really just don't know. And it really hurts because you want to be able to trust these people, and you do trust them. You do trust them, but you still don't want to take that chance, if that makes any sense. And to be honest, like, if I had a friend and they didn't let their kids stay the night at, our house because their kids are friends with my kids, I would look at them and say, like, hey, I totally understand. I would do the same thing. I would do the exact same thing. I don't take it personally. I totally understand where you're coming from because I'm the same way. I want to protect my kids at all costs. And another thing too is, if you have them go to people's houses, you don't know at times the neighbors, their siblings, their uncles, their aunts, their other friends, whatever the case may be. You don't know who is living next door sometimes. I know with the internet now, you can kind of figure it out and maybe make sure there's nobody in the neighborhood that's dangerous. But you still don't, like I said, you don't know those people and who they really are sometimes. So, but yeah, it's just, you hear too many stories of this happening in the world. It's been such a terrible thing that keeps going on, and you hope that it stops. And sadly, it's just gotten worse. It's just gotten worse, and I don't want my kids ever getting hurt or anything like that. I don't want anything bad to happen to them, and I'm not going to risk that. And I don't think any parent should risk that. I know that you want your kids to have that experience, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. So I had a point that I was going to make, but I kind of forgot about it. So I'm trying to remember it. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just, you really don't know. You really don't know some people. They can be fine on the outside, but on the inside, they are not who you thought they were. And how many times has that happened? How many times has that happened? I heard a statistic that you think the people that are doing this the most are the people that are like the creepy guys at the store or whatever. Sadly, it's the people that you're close to are the ones that are doing the abuse the most. And that's a terrible thing. That was a terrible thing to learn. It's like the people that are closest to you are the ones doing this the most with children. And it sucked to hear that. It sucked to hear that, because then it's kind of like, man, you just don't know anybody sometimes. You don't know anybody, and it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust. And I would really like to hear your guys' opinion about it. I know my channel's new. I don't have any subscribers at this moment, but I'm hoping to gain some and hear from you guys and your opinions about this. I know it's a hot take, but children need to be protected. They need to be protected. And like I said, growing up, like, I didn't have to worry about, I never worried about this. I lived in Phoenix, and my friend and I, we would drive, not drive, we would ride our bikes down in like South Phoenix, like one of like some of the worst parts of Phoenix. Maybe not the worst part of Phoenix and everything. We just ride our bikes down the street, didn't know anything about anything, and it was probably just a different time. That luckily nothing bad happened. And for me personally, staying the night at my friend's house and everything like that, I was safe. My parents knew my friend's parents and everything like that. Everything was good. Luckily, nothing bad did happen to me or anything like that. I don't know of anybody personally, like, in my family that went through that, like, when I was younger or anything like that. So it was such a new thing to hear later down the road that this was kind of going on, because you never heard about it growing up. So you just never heard about stuff like that. And it's scary. It's scary, especially for little girls. I know little boys, it happens to that too, but especially for little girls, I'm sure it's a little bit worse. So keep your kids safe. Keep your kids away from going into people's houses, strangers' houses. Keep them safe. There's weird people out there. I have a hard time even just letting my girls go down the road on their bike. They're just right there, but something in me just freaks out sometimes. And that's just me as a father. I want to protect my kids. Anything could happen. All it takes is 1 second for something to happen. That's all it takes, guys. All it takes is just one thing to happen. I don't want to risk that, and I don't want you guys to have to go through trauma or anything like that. And I don't want anybody to go through that. So protect your kids. I would, in my opinion, not let any of your kids stay the night at anybody's house unless you really trust them. Really, and I mean really, really trust them. You got to know them from front to back, in a way. And even then it's still hard. Even then it's still hard. So I just wanted to make this video, and I hope that it helps people get a little bit more of an understanding of the fears and dangers of this world. So, but yeah, I would love to hear your guys' opinion about this. And yeah, protect your kids, guys, because they're the future, they're your heart, and they're your world.